a roller coaster. Let's get into it.
My mind, maybe elevate. Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah.
Welcome, my dear friend. Come on in. Come on. Quick, because the tea's on. Yorkshire tea today. Nothing else would do. But I'm not talking tea today. No. Today, I'm talking pancakes. If you know, you know. I adore pancakes. Pancakes is probably one of my favourite things to eat. But I kind of went off them yesterday because the pancakes went a bit crazy. But I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. In the meantime, let me just say, you're not here for financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. Also, if you enjoy my content, there are many ways you can support me. You can like the video, leave a comment. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to make it to 1,000 as soon as I can, and certainly before I go to Dubai in October. So I really appreciate if you like this content, then please do subscribe. And you can always buy me a coffee. Link down below. Thank you. Okay, so it's of no surprise to anybody that, of course, I'm going to talk today about what has happened in Safuu in the past 24 hours. Oh my gosh, what a roller coaster. What a crazy, crazy time. So very briefly, I woke up actually probably about 24 hours ago. It's currently 9 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I was up earlier yesterday morning at about 7ish and went into Discord, and it was chaos, craziness. People obviously incredibly anxious and stressed, and I kind of tried to get a grip on what was happening, and somebody was talking about liquidity pool and money going, and anyway, almost immediately, suddenly there was a note that Bryan was doing an impromptu AMA, well, not an AMA, but he was doing an impromptu meeting on Discord in the stage bit, which is voice only. So of course I hot-footed it across there, missed a bit of it, but got the gist. And of course we had woken up, or I'd woken up to money being taken out of the liquidity pool of Safuu, which of course everything suddenly in your head kind of implodes. It's like, what is going on? Bryan himself had literally been sleeping, but he had been woken with this news only like half an hour or so before this before this meeting, and was giving us his best information that he had at the time, and he was clear that this was something to do with Pancake Swap. So just very quickly after that, the facts were kind of established, and by the time Bryan then held a full AMA on YouTube, which was probably, I don't know, 5 or so hours later, he had at his fingertips a lot more, not just facts, but evidence to back up exactly what he was saying. Because, of course, the minute this all started yesterday, we had our friends, the clowns, and they kind of went something like this.
It's happening! We told you it would! We said he was a scammer, and now he's taking all the liquidity! That Bryan's a scammer and he's done it! We're watching it! Let's watch it go! Look at it going! He's taking... We told you! And it's happening! Let's watch Safuu die!
Now, of course, Bryan is incredibly aware of what is being said by these fudsters, by everybody that has ever attacked him, about him being a scammer, about he's taking the money or he's going to take the money. And he's also always mindful of that. And so was very clear in his AMA on YouTube of presenting the evidence to show that, yes, money was being taken out of the liquidity pool of Safuu, but this was by Pancake-Swap. Pancake-Swap basically collects a whole load of fees. Every time there's a transaction, some fees go into Pancake-Swap themselves. And yesterday was them taking profits. And whether we like it or not, they are entitled to do that. That's my understanding. So actually, this wasn't anything unusual. The timing was awful. Is there ever a good time for that amount of money, which I think was in total about $4.5 million, $5 million worth. It was a mixture of BNB and Safuu. The BNB was taken out, and actually they're still continuing to sell Safuu at the rate of about 2,000 Safuu every hour. So we know that at some point in the next 2-3 days, we think that Safuu will be gone, and they'll have completed their sales. So this was actually a perfectly normal part of the mechanism that is Safuu. As I said, the timing was awful because it seems for the past week or two, the onslaught of FUD has been quite unbelievable. And just when you think you've got through one battle and then suddenly this comes in from the other side. And yeah, I'll be honest, it did cause chaos. And the price of Safuu, well, if you've seen the price of Safuu today, it's currently at about $5.80 or so. It plummeted from when I was going to bed the other night, it was at about $8 something, and yesterday it went down to about $3.30. But it's on its way back up, which is incredible. I did just want to say that throughout the past 24 hours, Bryan has been incredible. He's so mindful of what we need from him as a community, which is, in times like this, it's communication. But it's not just that, it's facts and absolutely it's evidence so that we can fight back when these fudsters come along. And we have the facts, and that gives us even more trust and security in knowing that Safuu absolutely has a future. And I think I just want to say that, yesterday I'm going to be honest, although I never once thought of selling yesterday, didn't even cross my mind, because I believe 1,000,000% in Safuu and actually the future Safuu X blockchain. So I didn't think at any time of selling. But it was an anxious day for everybody. Of course it was, because nobody wants to see the price of Safuu to plummet as it does. And until you know the facts, it's kind of what is going on? When's it going to stop? How is this going to actually end? So it was an anxious day, but we've come through it. But what's the most disappointing thing about yesterday for me is actually the fudsters. This video isn't about fudding. It's not about FUD. But I think in times like the past 24 hours, you really see these fudsters for exactly what they are, which is vile, bitter people. Because what we saw yesterday, if yesterday had been a rug pull, it wasn't. But imagine if it had. It never will be, but imagine if it had. You've almost got these fudsters dancing on the grave of Safuu holders. They delight in others losing. And it's vile. And I just don't understand it. And I just dearly hope that one day this part of crypto ends, changes, this culture of if you're not in a project, then you have to hate it, but not just hate it, you have to tear it down. It's vile, absolutely vile. And we saw the colours of these people yesterday. We saw exactly what they were like. And if you're one of those people, do you know what? Shame on you. Shame on you. I don't really want to say much more about this last 24 hours. We're through it. We're through it. Yeah, the price isn't where we want it to be or need it to be, but it is creeping up. And I just feel so confident about going forward because you know what they say? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And let's be clear, yesterday was a crisis. It was a crisis until we could really establish what was going on. There was a lot of doubt and anxiety in Discord in the holders of Safuu. Some holders of Safuu. Well, no, all holders of Safuu. Yesterday was an anxious day, I've said that already. And that's why the price plummeted, not necessarily because of Pancake-Swap and what they did. It was that anxiety taking over and so many people selling. And I just want to say a couple of things to all Safuu holders actually. If you held like myself yesterday, I am proud of you. I'm proud of you. And last night would be just before I was going to bed and the price was starting to pump. God, I felt it here. It was incredible. Incredible. Just to see people coming together. And that's when I knew that our future is undoubted. There is no doubt about where this project's going. No doubt whatsoever. If you sold yesterday, I understand. I do. It was an anxious time and everybody has different situations and you have to do what you have to do. But the price is still on sale. Come back in, get back in. You may have taken a small loss. I don't know. You may have, you may profit even now by coming back in because you may have sold at a higher level. I don't know what. Consider coming back in because this project nothing is disabling Safuu and the future Safuu X blockchain. Nothing. It's going. It's an express train. I'm on it. Are you coming on it? Are you getting back on? It's not too late. The doors are open. They're still open. But jump on because it is going to be leaving. Not financial advice, of course. This is how I feel. This is what I believe. Come back on. And to those of you that want to rip this project down, quite often, this is what it feels like to be in Safuu. It feels like an onslaught constantly. And you may have an army that's doing this, that's trying to rip us down, that's trying to kill us off. It's not going to work. Because actually we have an army too. We have the Safuu army. And nothing can take that down. We are here to stay. And I think that's actually where I want to leave it today. I want to wish everybody, whether you're in Safuu or not, I want to wish you all the best. It's hard being in crypto. It's a roller coaster. There are terrible downs, but there's some incredible ups as well. And let's hope that we are all on the way up. But for now, I want to wish you all a really good day. Whatever you're doing, I want to wish you all the best. Stay strong, stay Safuu, and cheers.
Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.